Welcome to MB Outdoors, where we want to make you as excited as we are for everything outdoors.
This episode features Team MB Outdoors stormed by a group of Longbeards. The calling methods and setup techniques the team used presented these birds with something they just couldn't resist. Stay tuned for the action.
MB Outdoors, baby.
As usual, this hunt started with a bunch of scouting the night before. Tommy and I split up, drove around, hit all of our spots, locate some birds. We finally found some. We could at least see there's 2 birds across this field from a distance, about a mile away. We previously had permission to hunt this property, and we knew that we were going to make a run for it in the morning.
We knew there was a creek about halfway through the walk, so I brought my chest waders. Cody did not, and so I went first across the creek to test the waters. It was about up to my waist, so I carried all the equipment across, got everything to the other side, and then it was Cody's turn. Cody stripped down to nothing and got across there, and it was not warm either that morning.
And sometimes you just gotta strip down naked and make a swim for it. So that's what we had to do.
So after the creek, we regrouped, got everything together, got to our spot, and made a blind. Got there early enough where we could make a blind, and when it was still dark, got settled in and waited for the morning to come. Sure enough, those birds were right behind us. We could hear probably 4 of them. It was a fun morning just listening to all the gobbling that was going on. And I'd make some hen calls and hit the gobble shaker a time or two, and they'd answer back just about every time, so that was pretty exciting.
We just walked a mile, pants off, through the creek. We got multiple gobblers behind us, set up on the edge of this field. I think it's gonna be a good morning. We'll have to wait and see.
MB Outdoors, baby.
Mer.
MB Outdoors, baby.
Thick beard.
Beauty.
And chooks. Pointy.
Yeah.
Feisty.
Feisty.
Alright, MB Outdoors at it again. We saw these birds last night. 2 lone toms. Thought there might be some more in here. We walked
1,800 yards.
1,800 yards to get here. Through a creek.
Yup.
I brought chest waders. Cody did not.
Sometimes you gotta get down in your nut huggers, swim across the creek.
Pants off, dance off.
It's just part of it. Yep,
First thing in the morning. I think that was a gobble.
it was.
And got in here early. Got a nice blind set up. And early they were gobbling. It was like 10 after 5.
Yeah.
Here's another gobble. We're gonna shoot him next, but yeah, gobbling like crazy. So there's I think we heard 9 different gobblers this morning between this valley,
We were just surrounded by them.
and there's some right behind us. So we gave a couple gobbles, a couple hen yelps. One bird down here sounded good. He ended up coming in, and sure enough, 4 came in. 4 longbeards came in, and we're gonna try to get some video footage on them for once. See what they were gonna do around the decoy. So they were getting a little spooky, so I went to get my gun up. So they spotted me, I'm sure, so they started to take off, and I had to do the reach around the tree I was sitting behind.
Courtesy reach around.
Yeah. And they were all running, so I just rapped at them. The last one checked up just enough where I could just touch him off, and I shot him in the head.
In the head, bud. MB Outdoors, baby.
Yep. Let's go kill another one. Dead bird pile.
What an exciting hunt having those birds come in like that. I wasn't even ready. I had my calls in my hands. My gun was laying next to me. We kind of wanted to get some more footage of some turkeys around our decoys, seeing what they would do. In the past, we've gotten a little trigger happy, and as soon as we get the shot, we take it. So this time we wanted to try to get some footage. These birds started to get a little spooky, and so I reached for my gun, and they saw me and started to take off, and I kind of reached around this tree to take a shot. I shot the last bird. I don't know if he was the biggest bird, but he was still a nice one. He had inch spurs, 10-inch beard, and I was happy to get him. Cody and I had a lot of fun sitting in the blind, listening to these birds in the morning. We were sitting there drinking coffee, laughing. It was a good hunt.
One of my favorite parts of this hunt, besides my morning swim, was listening to these birds hammering all the way down. Key points on this hunt were, again, scouting. We can't express that enough. Scouting these birds, finding out where they are, where they're roosting, exactly what trees they're in. Helps you set up close underneath them, as close as you dare anyways, and makes these hunts so much more productive. Well, as you've seen, Tommy gave another great bird a dirt nap. I'm up to bat. We're going after a bird that we dubbed Mr. Unkillable. He had 6 hens with him all year long when we were watching, scouting. Everybody said you can't break him from them hens. It's going to be awful tough. And as you're going to find out, there's nothing MB Outdoors can't do.
There's nothing quite like an early spring morning filled with gobbling. Scouting and setup put the team in the perfect spot. Add that with just the right amount of calling, and those birds just couldn't help themselves. We hope you enjoy watching, and stay tuned for more MB Outdoors.
Sometimes you gotta get down on your nut huggers.